It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Christian Watson. He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far and looking for more. It's the Packers and the Commanders on Monday Night Prime Time.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number one along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
First play and a first throw for Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go play action. Howell. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Rodgers again now. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton, is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed now.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers going to throw. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover. These great receivers, they have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
You think about the strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
There he goes, right side.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it.
It's almost turned into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have on the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. A try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
He'll buy some time right. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders.
At their 25-yard line.
Hal throwing again after the pick 6. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Throwing after the interception, Howell. And the man open here is Strong. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And they go play action with Howell.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Being chased out, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Samson Abukum able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The Commanders going to bring out the field goal unit.
This is a 40-yard, and it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
Pass complete. Now race for the marker.
And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'm well aware this is not basketball, but this feels like full court pressure. Never getting out of that the entire time. Just stay on top of them. With that lead, go ahead and fake it and continue to try and build on it.
Yeah, first half, as you said, you've got that lead, but they want a bigger cushion here. They're hitting the gas pedal hard.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Second and 10, Howell.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he'll try and throw here on the fake, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Kyler Murray leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Justin Herbert, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They find some open field here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 62 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 1st down, Hal to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Rodgers. And complete once again to Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
He finds Watson complete.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Packers get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. This one taken just inside the 10.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Off-play action. It's Howell.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Faking the handoff. Howell.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop him.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So here we go, 4th down. Howell.
And this one is incomplete.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Up the middle, Jones. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers.
Catch made by Watson on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up. 95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was...
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And capping it all off was Cole Turner with a touchdown catch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Rodgers going to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
He's at the 40. Past the 20.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been running, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here, trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Washington, they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.